heard about The Secret? You know that movie, The Secret? Okay. The Secret is a consumer capitalist product. Okay. I personally believe. The Secret is like, if only I wished I could have an iPhone a lot, then I'd get an iPhone. Right? That's the basic teaching of The Secret. Here's the real secret, okay? The real secret isn't like wishing it like even more than you do already. Right? The real secret is, have you made it possible for someone else to have it? You see? The real secret is, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. The real secret is, what goes around comes around. Have you heard about these secrets yet? This is like, hey, word up, you know, here's the latest secret in town. If you want something, make sure someone else gets it. This is called karma. This is the big secret called karma. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay? And it's like, oh, karma, yeah, I heard that they have karma in India. Now, oh, excellent, now we have karma too. We got karma now finally. They imported it with like incense and, you know, and spices, you know, right? They've had karma here forever too, you see. Every religious tradition teaches karma. They don't call it karma necessarily. The New Testament is filled. Jesus taught karma. What do you think Jesus meant when he said, you shall reap what you sow? You shall reap what you sow. You know, like, well, we're all city boys and girls, right? So like, I don't know, reap, sow, what's that mean, reap? I never reaped nothing. You know, I hardly ever reap. I go to the movies, you know, I don't reap, you know. I'm in traffic. I can't sow anything. I'm in traffic. What does it mean? It means you get back what you put out. You get back what you put out. That's karma. That's the real secret. You see? That's the real secret. So everybody wants to be happy. Everybody just wants to be happy. But we have to learn how to be happy. We can't be happy by just following our instincts. Our instincts are wrong. Our instincts have been trained. We don't have instincts, actually. No, we don't. We have been trained. We have been habituated to thinking something. We're not born just like, you know, like with nature like that. We've been trained. We've been trained in this life or in the last or in past lives, whatever. We've been trained to think wrong about how to be happy over and over and over again. And every moment that goes by in Los Angeles, we were driving like from the west side, just watching billboard after billboard after billboard, right? That are re-emphasizing at every turn. You know, if you had this, you'd be happy. If you bought this car, you'd be happy. If you got, see, at every moment in this kind of life, we're just being bombarded with wrong information. Wrong information on how to be happy. So if we want to actually try to be happy, we have to fight a major kind of tide. We have to swim like salmon, like majorly upstream, you see, especially living in this kind of culture. You know, modern Los Angeles, you know, 21st century culture, because there's a whole big force that's pitted against truth. Against truth. The truth is that the cars won't make you happy. The iPods won't make you happy. The truth is the only way to be happy is ultimately ready for this? The only way to be happy is to stop worrying about your own happiness all the time and start worrying about somebody else's happiness. You see? And that's the real secret. The real secret is that. It's not this faux secret of just wanting something. You know, Lord knows if that were the secret to happiness, we would have had happiness a long time ago. We've all just really wanted happiness. It's hardwired in our nature to want happiness. It is our fundamental drive to want happiness. And it's not just me who says that. Many great leaders, spiritual leaders throughout history have said this. The Dalai Lama says it all the time. All the time. I believe that the very purpose of life is to be happy. Have you heard him say that ever? Like, you know, almost exactly like that, right? The very purpose of our life is to be happy. From the very core of our being, we desire contentment. Since we are not solely material creatures, it is a mistake to place all our hopes for happiness on external development alone. The key is to develop inner peace. See, that's how you be happy. You develop inner peace. You develop something within. And he's saying, and that's the whole purpose of life. The whole purpose of life is to be happy. So don't forget, okay, and don't think it's trivial. Don't think, oh, yeah, that's some kind of lesser goal or trivial goal to be happy. To be happy means that you stop worrying about yourself because you're happy. See, how do you get to be happy? I just told you. Secret of life. Stop worrying about yourself. What happens when you become happy by the means of stopping worrying about yourself all the time? You become happy. Then what happens when you are happy? Who can you worry about then? See, only. If you're not happy, who are you thinking about all the time? Really, okay? So don't think it's a trivial goal. It's a very, very important goal. Your own happiness is essential if you're going to be a compassionate person. If you're going to be a kind, altruistic, compassionate person, if you're going to be part of, remember they used to say in the 60s, you're either part of the problem or part of the solution. So if you want to be part of the solution, you got to solve your problem first, which is unhappiness. The unhappiness that we feel causes us to be selfish. It comes from selfishness, and it causes more selfishness. You see? It comes from selfishness. That's where unhappiness comes from. And it causes us to be more selfish because we're worrying about ourselves. I'm not okay. What about me? See, I can't worry about you right now. I have to look after myself. Have you heard this? And this is also wrong teaching, okay? This is also false teaching, to say that it is somehow a compassionate activity to say, look, I have to take a little time for myself now. I'm done thinking about you. I'm punching out thinking about you. I need to look after myself, and somehow that's going to make me happy. But they call it compassion fatigue or something like that. They even invent this new disease. So we didn't have enough diseases already. They make a new disease that's actually completely false. There's no way that you could ever get fatigued by being compassionate. There's no way. All happiness comes from compassion. So what happens when you get this disease that they call compassion fatigue, do you think? What is that really? That's coming from selfishness. I don't want to take care of you anymore. See, I'm burning out on taking. Can you burn out from taking care of others? No, impossible. Okay, you have to think about this, okay? All happiness in this world comes from taking care of others. All your happiness in this world comes from taking care of others. All your unhappiness comes from worrying about yourself all the time. That's the real secret. See, that was a direct quote from the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, a fundamental text of the Mahayana Buddhist tradition. But you find some version of that in every authentic religious tradition, won't you? Yeah? Every authentic religious tradition is teaching that same thing. Same thing. They're teaching the secret. And it works. That's why they survived. That's why they're teaching the same thing, which delivers what? What's the goods, you see? What's the product? Happiness. And they survive because they're all teaching the same secret to happiness, and it works. Okay?